Today, if we see, there is a lots of noise around us towards finances. Someone is talking about caring the personal finances, or someone is more interested to handle the corporate finances, and someone is more oftenly talking about social finances, and government obviously has to talk about government finances. So what more suitable to us, we must have to understand. So today in this video, what I will do before you is the differentiation between corporate finances and the personal finances, particularly. Let's have a look. So if I just have to talk about the particular term what finance is simply the lifeblood for any business or the corporate or the government to execute some activities in the country or society to make some decisions pertaining to the society. So we can call it a lifeblood. And if I just have to talk more about it, it is mainly related to the funds that requires to the firm or person for desired projects or purposes under which they have to learn to procure funds. And for this, there are certain specific decisions required, such as they just have to estimate the size of requirement of fund which is needed, and they have to decide from where it is to be procured, which relevant source is better for procuring it, be it debt, equity, and when you procure it, you just have to employ it for the desired purpose. And after you have employed it, you just have to analyze it that it has achieved the desired goal which was expected or not. So there are certain decisions which includes for the variety of sources such as debt available to us, securities available to us, certain decisions related to managing the cash flows, also keeping in view the time value of money, interest rate, and other things. Let's have a look one by one towards corporate finances and the personal finances. If I just have to particularly talk about personal finance, corporate finance, there are corporates, companies, firms, they have to execute just new startups with, or they have to just expand the existing ones. For that, they need funds. And from where will this come? This has to be sourced by them. Whether from equity sources, they have to employ their own, or from public, they have to acquire the capital, or they just have to source the funds from debt upon which they have to pay the interest. So, out of available multiple sources of acquiring funds, they just have to sort it out which one is better and how it is ascertained. It is ascertained on the basis that whichsoever source is having least cost of capital means for acquiring that fund, they have to pay less. That shall be selected as a better source of procuring fund. After they have selected the best source for procuring fund, they just have to move on to employ that particular of procured fund in such a way that it solves their objective of maximization of the wealth of the shareholders. This is the ultimate objective of any corporate, any firm, any industry. And this has to be. Why isn't it? Why isn't it should not? Actually, the investment belongs to them, therefore returns must belong to them. And the corporate must have an understanding always that they have to take care of the investors' return. First, they have to earn for them, they have to give them, they have to maximize their wealth in the interest of their shareholders. So we can point out five points can be highlighted. Like first, you just have to determine the purpose, why you are procuring fund, and what amount you need. Determination of purpose and size of procuring fund. Second, just check it out. Available sources of funds with the firm or company. कौन से उनके पास source available हैं. And then they just have to procure the funds from the particular source which has the least cost of capital, for which they have to pay them less. And then there is a next step wherein they have to allocate the funds so procured under sub different categories of the project. And after doing this, they just have to have the intention. All these things, any activity in corporate must be executed with the intention that they have to maximize the wealth of shareholder while making certain decisions related to above. So these are the 5 points. One, determination of purpose, why you are procuring fund, how much size is required. Second, check available sources with you. Then compute which source having least cost of capital. And then fourth, allocate the funds procured in such a way that you fulfill your intention. Fifth point is you fulfill your intention to maximize the wealth of shareholders. Now let's talk about personal finances. It is my favorite one. And if I just have to talk about personal finance, any finance, be it related to government, or it is related to society, or it is related to corporate, your business, that comes originally from person, your pocket. So it begins from person, then reaches to the society and nation afterwards into the business. So if I just have to comment upon personal finance, it is mainly related to the households and individuals in whatever occupation they are. Either they are employed or they are self-employed or they are professional ones. One thing is common in all of them that they have to manage or they have to learn to manage their finances for their family and personal purposes. If we have to give points why personal finance is required, so it includes variety of decisions related to making money, protecting money, multiplying money, keeping in view the inflation and time value and the interest rate and various stages and purposes in life. Different points can be taken as number one, you just have to check out your existing financial status and position. We can call it your Excel, financial Excel, person's financial Excel, where he stands at this particular point of time. His financial position is particularly sound, moderate, or low. Up to now, as an educator, I was talking about corporate finances. These things we have been doing for corporates, that the financial position is to be checked by balance sheet. But here, what we are talking about, that you just have to check it out your financial position of your own, which is the first priority thing before you move on to the journey of your personal finance freedom, right? There's one first point. You just have to check out the existing financial position and the status of yours. And second point, you just have to learn and understand the behavior of money where it flows. Actually, most of people get confused. Why they are not saving money? They are making more money. They have increased, they have got promotion, they have lots of just inflows. In spite of that, they are not able to have the saving money in their behavior. They are not able to just make a big corpus which they had inspired for, which they had anticipated for. So for this, one has to learn the behavior of money, how money behaves, what attitude you must possess in order to deal money, and what are the principles which are needed to be implied in the personal life so that one can could have a better behavior related to money, which can help him just accumulating lots of wealth. And the third one is budgeting decisions with needs, wants, and luxuries. One has to learn to differentiate the budget in three categories. There are certain things which are your need, which cannot be avoided. There are certain things which are your need, which cannot be avoided. So you must learn to take care of it before it is actually just is spoiling your funds pocket. So it is your duty that just find it out. What's your need? What's your want? What's your luxury? Need is which cannot be avoided, like basic things, food, shelter, clothing, kitchen, right? So all these things come into the need category, which we cannot avoid. And we can include education of the children as well in this. And second point is want. We want most of things in our life. And why? What's wrong in this? We want to have adventure. We want to have tour and travel. But we just have to learn the particular just ratio in allocation of our inflows towards these things. And then luxury comes. Luxury is what? Luxury is what just feeling the real essence of satisfaction derived from money and its spending. So if I just have to give the proportion, it could be 50%, 30%, and 20%. 50% of your money should go to your need satisfaction, then 30% to your want, and 20% your luxuries. And then you have to learn the protecting decisions and procuring certain insurance plans. It's your sole duty, not only to protect you, but also to protect your family from anything unwanted situations comes to your life or anyone's life, which shouldn't come, but it comes. You never know when it will come. So it's your sole duty to stay aware and stay prepared in advance before any situation arises. Maybe it does not arise, but you are ready to face anything. That gives you confidence financially. So that's better thing to execute. Then you need to learn how to just have with you emergency fund. You need to learn that 5 months or 6 months salary should be staying in their saving account on regular basis for the causes which are unavoidable and which can just exploit your finances, your goals, your everything. So it is required that you have that with you in order to even if any unwanted situation in life comes, you are ready to face it and without interrupting your financial goal that remains intact even if any situation comes to you, unwanted situation comes to you. And regular saving and investment for retirement, it's our sole duty. We just have to pay ourselves first. And it is not that you are in 20s, you shouldn't think of retirement. People say we will get retired, then we will think of retirement. The time will left out. This is the time when you are in 20s and 30s, you need to start thinking for retirement. Because only starting from today will give you the amount which you will have with you in the form of accumulated wealth, which can be put in use in meeting out your monthly expenses, even if we are not earning. So you need to have it. You need to learn. And then achieving financial freedom in life. This is the ultimate goal for personal finance. Financial freedom is not mean to that you have crores of rupees, millions and trillions of rupees, but it is about a particular number which can satisfy yourself obtaining it. You may have retired, not just required that the age of retirement is 60 or 55. You can have retirement at 35. Whenever you have that number which is solving your monthly expenses without earning it, even if you are wanting to make work that is not for need, that is for your and that is for your enjoy, that is your for fun. You have been working on continuous basis to satisfy yourself, not for need. Right? Basic needs are getting fulfilled with the fund you have accumulated. Right? That is giving you the return on monthly basis in the terms of interest and dividend and the other returns which are meeting out your monthly expenses without interruption. So to conclude, I must say the person should not miss. The person should not mix and risk their personal finances with the corporate finances and business finances. They have to learn to keep them separate so that they could focus, means they keeping their personal finance management intact. They are affirmed with that and keeping that intact, they shall be able to focus 100% with their business, corporate, right? With a ease and access There are multiple studies which are available in the pipeline for the same. We will have been bringing that to you next. So until then, this is Dr. Ashwini Sharma signing off, but leaving you with a link which can give you an access to join our personal VIP community, where you can have access to our future coming free courses and multiple opportunities in the time to come. Link is there in bio. Join that. Till then, stay blessed, stay happy. Thanks a lot.